Hello. Today we will see that for class 9 a topic named quadrilateral. So first of all, I welcome you all students in my today's topic, that is quadrilateral for class 9. So let us try to understand that what is quadrilateral. Okay, so quadrilateral is a polygon which is made by four sides. As you view in this picture, ABCD is a closed figure or polygon made by four sides, and the sides are AB, BC, CD, and DA. Okay, so it is a quadrilateral. Now you know at the point where two sides meet called vertex. So quadrilateral ABCD has four vertices, say vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, and vertex D. Also, a quadrilateral has four angles, say angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Now a quadrilateral has two diagonals also. You know, diagonal means the line segment which joins two opposite vertices. As in the figure, it is shown by two line segments joining opposite vertices A and C. That is, one diagonal is AC and another is joining vertex B and D. So another diagonal is VD. So in this way, quadrilateral has four sides, four vertices, four angles, and two diagonals. One general property of any quadrilateral is, since it has four interior angles, so if we add all these interior angles, the sum will be always 360 degree, which is called angle sum property of a quadrilateral. It means the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree or four right angles. We can prove it also with the help of angle sum property of triangle. So using the angle sum property of triangle, we can prove it that how the sum of quadrilaterals, sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360. So here you see a given is quadrilateral ABCD. To prove that its angle A plus B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360. For this, what we need to do, we just join one diagonal. As here in this figure, diagonal BD has been joined. Now after joining this diagonal BD, the quadrilateral ABCD, now it is divided in two parts, and the parts are triangle ABD and another triangle is triangle DBC. Now taking one by one both these triangles, so taking triangle ABD by angle sum property, as we have already before this we have read that the sum of all three angles of a triangle is 180. So in triangle ABD, as it is marked that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is now equal to 180, treat it as equation 1. Similarly, by taking triangle BCD, again by angle sum property, its sum of all three angles, which is indicated by angle 4 plus 5 plus 6, and it is again equal to 180. Now we treat it as equation 2. On adding these two equations, that is LHS into LHS and RHS into RHS, then we have on adding angle 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3 is equal to 180 plus 180, and arranging these angles, we have angle 1 plus angle 2 with angle plus 4 plus angle 5, then we write angle 6 plus angle 3. Now it is equal to 360. Since angle 1 is angle A, so we write angle A plus angle 2 plus 4, which is equal to angle B. So we write plus angle B plus angle 5 means angle C plus angle 6 plus 3 as shown in the figure, it is angle D. So in this way we get the result that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D equal to 360, which proves our this statement that the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Okay student, now it is I think well it is clear. Now in this video we will include some more facts, that is a very important part, that is classification of quadrilaterals. So as you see in this classification table that first of all, quadrilaterals have been classified into three main categories. These are kite, trapezium and parallelogram. So just having a slight introduction basic about these, we simultaneously will discuss the important properties through which we can understand the different types of quadrilaterals. So first of all, taking kite. In case of kite, it is also a four sides closed figure, that is polygon of four sides here, that is quadrilateral. But here the property is the upper two adjacent sides are equal and below two adjacent sides are equal. That is the upper pair of adjacent sides and below pair of adjacent sides are equal. Another point is that its horizontal diagonal is bisected by vertical diagonal at right angle. So this is two main properties of a kite. Now we take the another type of quadrilateral, which is called trapezium, where only one pair of opposite sides is parallel and another pair is not parallel. As here in this figure of quadrilateral EFGH, we see that EH is parallel to FG, and you know student, arrow is put in the middle of the side to indicate that these two are parallel. So only one pair of opposite sides is parallel, another pair is not parallel, say EF and GH are not parallel. So such quadrilateral is known as trapezium. And another the very important category of quadrilateral, which is called parallelogram, where we can understand this category that in case of parallelogram, this type of quadrilateral, both the pair of opposite sides are parallel. That is in case of IJKL, the opposite sides IL is parallel to JK and another pair IJ is parallel to KL. So when both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, then such quadrilateral is known as parallelogram. The other important property, since parallelogram is being an important category of quadrilateral for our later discussion, so we should focus here more about some more properties what a parallelogram possesses. One, you have already defined that its both pair of opposite sides are parallel. Another property is its both pair of opposite sides are equal also, that is IL is equal to JK and IJ is equal to KL. The third property is both pairs of opposite angles are equal, that is angle I is equal to angle K and angle J is equal to angle L. The fourth property is the sum of any two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is always 180, that is supplementary. That is, if we take the sum of angle I plus angle J, then it is equal to angle J plus angle K, which is ultimately equal to angle K plus angle L, and finally angle L plus angle I is equal to 180. And the last very important property is that in case of parallelogram, both the diagonal bisect each other, that is IK bisects diagonal JL, and when JL is drawn, it bisects the diagonal IK. Now student, I think it's okay. Now among these parallelograms, there are not only one type of parallelograms, rather all the parallelograms are again divided into three main category, and these are rhombus, rectangle and square. Student, first of all, you just take it that these three are the category of parallelogram. It means all three are parallelogram basically, because if you see the property of parallelogram, then that property is again you find in case of all three categories. Say in case of rhombus, opposite sides both pairs are parallel. In case of rectangle, again opposite sides both pair are parallel, and in case of square too, the both pair of opposite sides are parallel. And you know, when both sides of opposite sides are parallel, then they are parallelogram. So basically these three figures are also parallelogram. But why such other names have been given? Why, if they are already parallelogram, now the question arises, then why they again be classified? Why it is needed to classify again? Because among the parallelograms, what actually happens, some of the parallelograms, in addition to its properties, all properties, it also possesses some extra property. Due to this extra property, it has been some extra character shown by this, and due to this extra property, as they hold, so they are again having some special name. For example, in case of rhombus, the extra property is its two adjacent sides are equal. Any two adjacent sides equal. Either you take AB equal to BC, or you take BC equal to CD, or you take CD equal to DA, or DA equal to AB. It means all four sides are equal. So when this additional property comes to a parallelogram, then it is called rhombus. So we may say that a rhombus is what? A rhombus is a parallelogram with any two adjacent sides equal. That is one additional property in compared to parallelogram the rhombus has, that its two adjacent sides are equal. So while whenever it happens that a parallelogram we are having and its two adjacent sides are equal, it means it is a rhombus. Is it okay, student? Yeah. Next come to rectangle. Basically it is also parallelogram, as its both pair of opposite sides are parallel, which is required for a parallelogram. And other properties, all what we have discussed in the case of parallelogram, they are also shown by this rectangle. But the additional property one is there, that its each angle is right angle, that is 90 degree. And due to this additional property, it has got another name, special name, that is rectangle. Now we can say that basically rectangle is a parallelogram with each angle 90 degree. So whenever we have a parallelogram and we see that each angle is 90 degree, it means it is not normally a parallelogram, rather it is a special parallelogram which is known as rectangle. Now come to the main category, that is square, where it possesses all the properties of every quadrilateral. You see, basically it is a parallelogram, as here also both pair of opposite sides equal. Now if you see the two adjacent sides which is required for a rhombus, that if two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are equal, then it is rhombus. It has also two adjacent sides, any two adjacent sides is equal, which ultimately makes that all four sides of this quadrilateral are equal. It means it is like a rhombus also. Now come to compare with this rectangle. That square is such a parallelogram whose two sides are equal, and each angle like rectangle it is 90 degree. So it means square is also a rectangle too. Yeah, of course. Square is parallelogram. Square is rhombus because it possesses the properties of rhombus. Square is again rectangle because it also possesses the property of rectangle. And due to these two extra properties, which two? The two adjacent sides equal and each angle is 90 degree. So it is very special among the parallelogram, and this special quadrilateral of parallelogram category is known as square. So here student, you can state this, that square is a parallelogram with two extra properties, that is two adjacent sides equal and another is each angle 90 degree. Whereas rectangle, it is a parallelogram with one special property, that each angle is 90 degree, and so for rhombus it is also a parallelogram with two adjacent sides equal. Okay, thanks students, and hope that up to this point of quadrilateral topic we have a very sound and clear ideas. We have a very good concept related to quadrilateral and its basic property, angle sum property and its proof, and finally we could classify the category into different where quadrilaterals have been classified, and if you take all together then there are 6 special types of quadrilaterals starting from kite to square. Thank you to have this patience watching my video, and hope that you are very clear now, and you will subscribe. Don't forget to share and write your valuable comment so that in coming up video, and if you subscribe you will get the notification of my each new video, and tell your friends also to subscribe, as well as make your valuable comments so that I may include your suggestions, valuable suggestions in my new upcoming video. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.